Leo Major remains one of the most extraordinary and unconventional soldiers to ever fight in the Second World War. Born in Montreal, Canada, Leo was a French-Canadian who grew up tough, independent, and stubborn by nature. From an early age, he learned to rely only on himself. Still very young, he enlisted in the Canadian Army and was assigned to the Régiment de la Chaudière, a unit known for its aggressive reputation and relentless combat style. The regiment's insignia, two crossed Vickers machine guns beneath a beaver and fleur-de-lis, symbolized its willingness to fight at close range and never back down. Leo fit perfectly within this culture. He showed little respect for rigid discipline or blind obedience. What he did possess was absolute confidence in his own abilities. His first major combat experience came on June 6, 1944, during the Normandy landings. Almost immediately after arriving in France, Leo volunteered for dangerous reconnaissance missions behind enemy lines. While scouting alone, he captured a German communications half-track carrying valuable code books and classified documents. Rather than destroying the vehicle, Leo forced the captured German crew to drive it directly toward Allied lines, risking his life to deliver intelligence that could save thousands of others. As the captured half-track approached Allied positions, British and Canadian anti-tank gunners opened fire, mistaking it for an enemy vehicle. Under fire from his own side, Leo climbed onto the top of the moving half-track, waving frantically in an attempt to stop the shooting. Shells struck the ground around him. Somehow, the vehicle survived. The intelligence inside was delivered to Allied command intact. Leo later joked that he was thankful the Allied gunners were poor shots that day. When a British officer attempted to confiscate the captured vehicle, Leo refused outright. He insisted that a Quebec soldier had captured it and that it belonged to his regiment. The half-track was ultimately assigned to the Régiment de la Chaudière. Only days later, Leo's war nearly ended. While scouting ahead of his unit, he unexpectedly encountered an elite Waffen-SS patrol. In the sudden and violent firefight that followed, Leo killed 4 enemy soldiers. As one mortally wounded SS trooper collapsed, he managed to throw a phosphorus grenade. The explosion badly injured Leo, severely damaging his left eye and leaving him bleeding in the field. Leo was evacuated to a field hospital. Doctors examined his wounds and delivered their verdict. His eye was likely lost. They ordered him to return home immediately. Leo refused. He famously stated that he only needed one good eye to aim a rifle. After wearing an eye patch while his injury healed, Leo returned to the front lines without hesitation. He resumed his role as a scout and a sniper. His injury changed nothing about how he fought. In October 1944, Leo took part in the brutal Battle of the Scheldt in the Netherlands. The fighting took place in flooded terrain, under freezing rain, with constant artillery fire. Losses were heavy. Conditions were miserable. Leo was ordered to locate several missing Canadian soldiers who had failed to return from patrol. These inexperienced conscripts were often called zombies by veteran volunteers. As usual, Leo conducted the mission alone. To move silently, he wore lightweight sneakers instead of combat boots. Deep behind enemy lines, soaked by rain, muttering to himself in frustration, he searched through the darkness. He did not find the missing soldiers. Instead, he discovered something far more dangerous. Leo stumbled upon a German garrison of regular troops. They were asleep in trenches they had been digging all day. Spotting a German officer snoring loudly, Leo woke him by placing the barrel of his Sten submachine gun directly against the officer's face. He motioned for the officer to stand and order his men to follow. One German soldier attempted to raise his rifle. Leo shot him instantly. 3 others joined the firefight. They were also killed. Shouting commands in German, "Achtung, Hände hoch!" Leo convinced the remaining soldiers that resistance was hopeless. They surrendered. Alone, Leo marched dozens of German prisoners back toward Allied lines. During the march, a nearby Waffen-SS artillery unit opened fire, furious that their fellow Germans were surrendering. Several prisoners were killed. Others were wounded. The attack ended only when an Allied Sherman tank drove the SS gunners away. Leo delivered the surviving prisoners to his commander. He was stunned. For this action, Leo was awarded the Distinguished Conduct Medal, the second highest decoration in the British Commonwealth. Only one honor stood higher: the Victoria Cross. Leo refused to accept it. He believed General Bernard Montgomery was incompetent and unworthy to present the medal. In February 1945, during the fighting in the Rhineland, Leo was riding in a Bren gun carrier when it struck a mine. The explosion destroyed the vehicle instantly. Everyone inside was killed, except Leo. He survived with shattered ankles, broken ribs, and a severely damaged spine. Once again, Leo refused to be sent home. After a brief recovery in a Belgian hospital, he returned to his unit in time for the final Allied push into the Netherlands. In April 1945, Allied commanders planned to bombard the Dutch city of Zwolle. They feared heavy resistance. They prepared artillery strikes that would devastate the city. Leo and his close friend, Corporal Willie Arsenault, volunteered for a reconnaissance mission. They hoped to prevent civilian casualties. As they approached the silent city at night, German soldiers heard the rattling of Willie's grenade bag. Machine gun fire erupted. Willie was killed instantly. Leo killed 2 German soldiers in response. Enraged by his friend's death, he picked up Willie's weapon and his grenades and continued alone. What followed was a one-man assault. It lasted the entire night. Leo hijacked a German scout car. He disarmed its driver and took his weapon. Leo entered Zwolle alone. He fired from multiple positions. He threw grenades. He spread chaos across the city. Inside a hotel, Leo encountered a German officer who spoke French. Leo warned him that Canadian artillery would soon destroy the city, that soldiers and civilians alike would be killed. In an unexpected act of trust, Leo returned the officer's pistol and allowed him to leave, hoping he would evacuate his men. Throughout the night, Leo captured groups of German soldiers. Again and again, he marched them back to Allied lines, then returned to fight once more. By morning, the German garrison had completely fled Zwolle. The planned artillery bombardment was canceled. The city was liberated, without a single Allied shot fired. Leo Major was awarded the Distinguished Conduct Medal again. This time, he accepted it. He remains the only Canadian soldier to receive the medal in 2 separate wars. A soldier who fought alone and won.